came and helped set up my table and joined me the entire day. She leads by example. We also received a 7-page letter from a man who is not a send-out cards distributor, said about our recipient. I did not even know the woman that sent me the card, but the first card she sent me was the start of what has grown into a very close friendship. The instance of receiving that card to feel something light up inside you is something that she gave to me in my dire time of need. Please help us welcome our Gratitude Award recipient from your region, Miss Melinda Russess. You get to speak to us for a second. You okay with that? Melinda Russell.
I'm shaking. 4 years ago, I didn't even know send-out cards existed. I sent a card to a real estate office. I sent a lot of cards to a real estate office. I actually was involved in a different card business, and I was prospecting those realtors. And in that card business, I printed stuff, stamped, and mailed the cards. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, but I think you got it down a little better than I did. Long story short, one of the ladies in that office threw my card in the trash because she was already involved in send-out cards. And she eventually pulled the card out of the trash at the end of the day because, as she would tell you, the card talked to her. And she followed a prompting and she called me. I remember exactly where I was and exactly what I was doing when she called me that night. And we met for lunch, which we never did eat. She showed me how to send a card to my husband, and I said, "Where do I sign?" And I paid $457, and I didn't blink an eye. And then that was in August of 2008. And then life got in the way, which I'm sure many of you have the same problem. And my daughter got married, and I went on vacation. I went to a wedding. I had Thanksgiving. I had foot surgery. And a week after that, my sister died. And I went back to Florida and buried my sister the week before Christmas. And I came home. I didn't really remember that Christmas. And then, not too long after that, my son went to jail. And it was hard to put one foot in front of the other, but I did. But I didn't send any cards. I didn't like sending out gratitude or anything to anybody else. But my friend Gail Zintek, who pulled my card out of the trash, said, "Let's get you sending cards to your son." And so I did. And we started sending cards to him. And then I think one of the letters you got was from my friend that's in prison, who was in the cell with my son. And I've never met him, but we have developed a relationship through send-out cards. I sent him a card June of 2009, and he sent me a 5-page handwritten letter, front and back on legal paper, telling me how much the card meant to him and how important it is for him to have someone who he could tell his feelings to, because in prison you have to be very careful because you're very vulnerable. I have every letter he's ever sent to me. It's a fairly large stack. As I tell him, he has way more time to write than I do. And he consistently, when he writes or calls, wants to know where are Gail and I traveling to, sharing send-out cards. What are we doing in our business? he had me make a card with pictures. He sent me the pictures of 2 of his friends in prison. He sent me pictures of them. He had me create a card with those pictures and mail it to their mother for Mother's Day. And they were brothers that were in that prison with him, and she still talks to them. It was the best gift she'd ever received. You know, one card makes a difference. I sent one card to, I sent a lot of cards to my son, but the one card I sent to him has made a huge difference in his life. There's a happy ending to the story. My son is my newest distributor. Married and has a new baby on the way, and he has a fire in him, I think, now for send out cards. And he's going to be my first senior manager, so I can get to executive. Ben Beeler.
Ben, is that you right there? How you doing, Ben? Would you do me a favor? Would you join your mother on the stage real quick?
Understand what this man does for us, but I can tell you that send out cards has changed my life. It gave me my best friend in all the world. And I love you. It changed his life. It changes lives every day. So if you think that sending one card, don't take it for granted. Follow your promptings. Send those cards every day to those people that need to hear from you, because that's really what it's all about. In the end, we don't have anything else. So that would just be, I can't thank you enough for this. This is very humbling. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.